football season. Ranked team against unranked opponent, and we'll see if the upset can shake up the rankings in this one. Welcome to the home of the Clemson Tigers, Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Stanford Cardinal, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Clemson will kick off to get us underway. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Stanford's offense will get the ball first. They sure hope that dynamic connection that was on display last week rears its head and wreaks havoc again today, Jesse.
And last week, it didn't matter what the secondary was doing from a coverage standpoint, David, whether it was man, zone, double covered, ISO. These two were simply unstoppable. Huge challenge for the defense today.
Well, maybe they try the triple coverage. I mean, because obviously nothing worked a week ago, but I've got to take his main threat away. Obviously a superstar out wide. Like, I've got to make somebody else beat me. Obviously a great QB wide receiver duo. I'm just not letting that wide receiver get me today.
He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. That's caught. It's Farrell. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Guys, let's take a big picture view of Stanford. By the end of the day, one of these two teams will control their conference destiny the rest of the way. Potential bye in the college football playoff on the line. This game critical at this point in the season for both teams.
And so much talent in this game, too. Outstanding coaching staffs, NFL talent on both teams going into this one. David, this might be a rematch in the conference championship game. We might get to see this matchup again.
And it's so nice to have two teams playing so well at the top of their conference. You know this game matters. There's no sleepwalking into this game. You see the numbers at the top of the conference. It's you and it's them. Who's going to come out today?
This Stanford offense moving quickly down the field. Out of the gun to give to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Leaves it with the back. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, and how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on Iptay if they can stop him on third down. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. Absolutely nowhere to go as his defense makes a third down stop. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Stanford lines up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. So Clemson's offense will go to work for the first time. Last time we saw these guys, it was a rather forgettable experience for this quarterback. He turned the football over, he got sacked. Just not a good day at all, Jesse.
Well, the defense was able to rattle him. They hit him often, they hit him early, they got sacks on him, and then he started feeling it. His eyes came down, he started floating the ball over the middle of the field and putting it into trouble and got picked off. So it's important in this one, David, up front, they do a better job of helping him stay on his feet to get into a rhythm.
The best quarterbacks in the history of the game, when you continue to hit them, they become very human, and they start to rush their thought process. So he got hit early, and he got hit often last week, and that's why they lost. Position 1, objective number 1 today. Protect him, keep him upright, let him get some confidence.
Wants to fire on second down. He's got an open man.
saw right there. The defense had no chance covering that guy down the field. He makes them look silly on his way in for the long touchdown.
Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Dynamic on kick returns, and that one puts his offense in business. Here's the handoff. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass. It just never developed. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down.
And they just kind of sneaked that one in there as a defensive guy, 3rd and 5+. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run in.
And it's so nice then to have this guy at running back too, right? Because you could throw it to him on 3rd down or hand it off. And he's got the vision and the athleticism to go pick up that first, keep the drive going.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. They'll stop him at the 31. Let's mark it off at 5 yards, and that will be a 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. They'll give it to the back. Not a whole lot of room as he gets a couple inside the 30 to the 29. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Dropping back, it's Douglas. Makes the grab. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
Well, they're working the slot receiver on a drag route here. He's just kind of fighting his way through the traffic. He's able to come out the other side and present a nice target for the quarterback.
They go to the ground. Looks as if Stanford will have enough for the 1st down.
Basic run plays. I don't need a bunch of complicated stuff sometimes. I just need to get the 1st down and get the sticks moving.
From the red zone, looking for a space. He makes a grab, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinal!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, back to your game in a moment, but first we have to show you how the script is being written here. Georgia Southern has the lead right now. Feels like it's been that way since Freedom took flight in the pregame, but this has been a good one inside Paulson Stadium. They're up by 7 over Eastern Michigan.
Quickly to the tight end.
He'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Reads it, fires complete. They get him stopped and out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and the big play has this offense ready to mount a threat. The offense getting set for a 1st down from the 45. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the big fella. Big play, gets it into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 44. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Off play action. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. It's been punch, counter-punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. Now the offense has to overcome the negative play after the defense comes up with a sack. Second down, they'll go to the air. Quickly complete. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. This feels like 4-down territory, third and short from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man downfield. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it from the red zone. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there. And the Tigers didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Now third and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming. Here comes the field goal unit. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone and he's knocked down at the 10. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. They're still looking for a little more productivity as they trail 10-7. Looking for a crease to the left. Got the first down. Looking for more. Big running play. Gets it out to the 20 before he steps out of bounds.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
Now from their own 20-yard line, it's first and 10. Pressure coming. Incomplete. Looked as if he had his man, but just a misfire from this senior. Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's second and 10. To the air, it's Douglas. He's going to run it. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats, but when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
They'll run for it on third and short. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
I think to be a good third down offense, guys, you've got to be able to run the football. You're going to come upon these third and short situations multiple times throughout the course of the year. But you've got to be able to get push up front, and it helps when you have the talent like that to turn around and hand the football off to.
Didn't get much on first down. It's second and 9. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Beneath the shadow of Howard's Rock, Death Valley is rocking, trying to help the Tigers on third down. He'll work and weave his way all the way up to the 45 before going out of bounds. Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Power football with the run. At the 40, there he goes. Oh, there's an alley on the left. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Stanford! There's a reason they call this dude a big playmaker. Moments just like that one.
Big-time playmaker. Can make plays all over the field from all different spots. That's why you got to find ways to give him touches as much as possible, because he'll make it happen.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
So now it's 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Fires to the tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing.
Looking to throw on 3rd. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Clemson will send the punt team out. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. How about that blocking up front and that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown there.
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
And they pick up just a few on that completion.
And quarterback, receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down. They're a couple of yards short of the 1st down, but the offense will stay out there on 4th down. Makes the grab down the middle. And he's ruled down right there, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. Stanford going back to work with another 1st down. The give to the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. So you get stuffed on 1st down. You had an idea of what you wanted to do on 2nd, but I'm guessing it's back to the drawing board now.
You got to figure out who you are and what you are. What's your next best play? Or what is the defense going to do? If they've been aggressive, okay, well, if they've been aggressive, I'm going to throw that deep ball. If they've been sitting back, I might sneak a draw with you.
Quickly out to the tight end. Breaks into the open. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Trying to do it on the ground. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. The offense will quickly use a timeout. Stanford at the line on 1st down. Let's see if they lean on that offensive line. Got his man. Open space at the 25. How about this freshman leading him on the chase and making the big play after the catch? Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. Quarterback making checks. Wants to throw. It's Douglas. Looking to get it in. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll run it to the left here, looking for the goal line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start.
False start on offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. Off the play fake. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Fires to the end zone. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive.
And it's just a bad decision by the quarterback. I get that he's outside the pocket, the play's breaking down, but you can't force it into your top receiver. If he's not open, you got to throw it away, and the defense took advantage with the interception.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line. Warp speed for 2nd down. Looking downfield very late in the half. They're working that left side. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A first half that saw a little bit of everything there in Death Valley. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. Time to see how things play out the rest of the way as we send it back to our guys in Death Valley.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. Stanford set to boot it deep to start this second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think even if you're...
Oh, he's got some space. Ripping through the defense. Knocked out of bounds after a good gain on that one. They'll spot it at the 43.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the first. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Trying play action. Throws for the tight end. Got him downfield. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. The Tigers will line it up on 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. Just keeps slinging it. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
When I get inside the 3 on 1st and goal, I want to be aggressive with the run. I want to be physical. I want to be the more dominant team. You might know it's coming, but I'm still going to bring it. They tried to go with the changeup. They tried to throw the football.
Touchdown, Tigers! And that one will put them up here in the second half.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And he tacks on the extra point. Fielded in the end zone. It's Parrish. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. Looking for a man. It's Douglas. It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy at second down.
And that doesn't happen very often. That's their go-to guy. I love the way they move him around the field, and they try to attack the middle with him to get the ball in his hands and let him do some damage. And he shows you the drop. Okay, it's in there, but it doesn't.
There he goes. He finds enough daylight and gets it out across the 45, out of bounds at the 47, and a big run there. Stanford fresh off that big run, going back to work. Makes the catch. Defense there to get him out of bounds as he gets it down to the 48. Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. The give to the tailback. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
And a nice crisp run. Great job. Maybe expecting pass, in second down, but really good job running the football, committing to it, getting the first down.
This Stanford offense is humming, set up with another first down. They'll give it to him again. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Lost one on that last one. It's second and 11. Looking to fire. Finds the tight end. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Well, it's a really nice job of the offense mixing it up on this drive. We've seen some nice plays throwing it, and how about that one running it, too? Great push up front.
Caught behind the line. It's Russell. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinal!
And when you run these screen plays, you're trying to get your playmaker the ball in space, and what a great job. They get it to the running back, but look at the blocks out in front. Everybody paving the way, creating some space, and then he's got so much speed, he can take care of the rest. Really, really nice screen pass.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. The Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Pulls it and fires to the left. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Got his man. Some really tough running there gets him to the 45-yard line. And the Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Using his feet. He's in open space downfield. Turning it on. And he'll finish the run. The end zone. Touchdown, Clemson.
And I tell you what, Reason, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll try the run. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Now the play fake. Using his legs to buy some time. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find the man.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved when I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Stanford lines up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. He'll field the punt and look for room. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Snags a quick pass on the left. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Sends it back in motion. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Intercepted, just what the defense's doctor ordered. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. They'll have to hustle if they want to get off another snap before the end of the period. Running back searching for a hole. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line? And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Back to pass, it's Douglas. Trying to set up the screen. Brings it to the open. He gets it past the 1st down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. New set of downs after the completion. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And maybe the big fella can jumpstart this offense a little bit. They got to get some points, and he's that big physical guy, breaking some tackles, making some plays. Here in the 4th quarter, they're going to need it.
Let's it go to the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
You get the completion, and now you set up a manageable 3rd down situation in the red zone. This is a huge down in distance in this game.
Trying to pick it up on the ground. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. They'll try to get it in with the run. He has kept those big, powerful thighs churning, but he'll be knocked down at the 1. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. He's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Stanford! They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And just like that, the game is completely changed, right? The defense comes away with a huge turnover, and the offense able to cash it in, capitalize by scoring a touchdown. So they've now got the lead. Not a lot of time left, but it feels like all the momentum is now on their side.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Buys a little time. At the 35, he's got room. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit. After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there through the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big third down conversion by this offense.
They'll go to the ground. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. They get him down at the 49, but not before he picks up 15.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Unloads quickly. Oh, he's got some space. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. From the gun, running back on the move. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. To the ground with the back. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. It's 1st and goal as Stanford comes to the line. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Farrell. Touchdown, Cardinal! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They extend the lead here in the 4th, and after stumbling early, about to push their record to 3-1. If this dude were a kitchen knife, you would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, Dave. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
The Tigers really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. They'll run play action. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Nice pickup on the return, but more important,
And some guys just have a knack of finding the football, and he is one of them. Like, you can just tell when the ball's in the air, he's like, that is mine. His second big game-changing play in this football.
And he's got it! Touchdown, Stanford! They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
Salt into wound, right? Late in the fourth quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and get me another touchdown.
Bringing it out. He's got great speed. Out of bounds at the 34. A productive job by the return team. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. They'll start this drive going to the air. Gets it out fast.
And the offense gets the ball out pretty quick. But, man, if you're going to do that, that's fine. But we got to get the first down, or we got to get out of bounds so we can stop the clock. This offense, they've got to execute a little.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He's taking a deep shot. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. Needing to convert, Clemson comes to the line. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT. Finally, the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The Cardinal will have to come up with a huge play to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Back to throw, it's Douglas. Oh, he wants it all. He's got it inside the 15.
You know, I love offensive coordinators that want to stay aggressive, and they've come up with big plays all game long. It's a big reason why they have this lead right now, and they're not backing off here in the 4th quarter. They're letting their guys go play the entire play.
Touchdown, Cardinal! And the pummeling has started. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. This offense has pretty much been stuck in the mud the entire game. It's been a frustrating performance, Jesse.
Yeah, listen, you can't be hanging your head just yet. This game's not over. This coaching staff is still...
And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Timeout is called with just a single second left.
Timeout, Stanford.
After this, it'll be a wrap. Gonna sling it on 2nd down. Here's a throw downfield late. What a spectacular grab there as they